Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go to hell. It's time for Doom.
I'm already regretting that. If you have not seen the true glory of 60 frames per second of blood, guts, explosions, fireworks, BFGs, it stands for exactly what you think it does, and blowing up demons left and right as a nameless, faceless monster of a Marine with a pile of guns, you have not lived. It was one of my favorite games when I was a kid, and I didn't get to play it that often because my dad played it. My uncle, who passed away earlier this year, this is a true story, he was the only member of the family for a while that had a computer. And on that computer, his sons played a game called Doom, which was the original version of this game that came out 25 years ago. And my dad saw them playing it and was like, that looks awesome. So he tried to play it and got way into it. Played it non-stop for hours upon hours until he suddenly just got up from his chair, ran into the other room, and just threw up. And he could never play a first-person shooter ever again because he discovered that he had the worst motion sickness possible when he played something like that. So now he has to sit on the sidelines for the last 25 years and watches other people play games like that, kind of out of the corner of his eyes, because he can't enjoy them. But I can, and I rub it in his face all the time. I didn't have a lot of high hopes for Doom because I played the multiplayer beta first, and I just didn't feel like the old Doom magic was there. Multiplayer really wasn't a thing when the original Doom was around. So I tried the single player, and oh my God, I'm so happy I was wrong, because the single player of Doom is amazing. It's everything I loved about the old Doom games, with some of the best graphics I've seen on any of the systems so far, and I just got done playing Uncharted 4. So believe me when I say that the graphics are really good. I'm nowhere near the end of the game, full disclosure. What I have played, and I'm about 60 to 70% through the game right now, it's probably one of, if not the best, first-person shooters on the current day console. And I would advise, if you have ever loved Doom or Quake or any of the games associated with id Software, jump on this immediately and get yourself in the game, because the single player is awesome, the multiplayer is fun, and the newest edition of Snap Maps, where you can create entire levels as simple or as gigantic as you want, is a complete game changer with Doom. It's always fun to do that in Halo with the Foundry, and now it was always fun to do that in Halo with Forge, and now you can do it in Doom to a rig with super weak demons, the biggest, baddest bosses. You can make, any scenario you can pretty much imagine, you can make, and this was in the first 2 days. People are coming up with such creative things, such awesome things. I can't wait to see where it goes from here and how much it just snowballs into a ridiculous create a scenario sort of situation. Snap Maps, pretty awesome. And I have one on there right now. You can search for it on PS4 called Pinky Hunter. And let me just tell you, pay attention to the key cards you pick up and pay attention to clues I've laid throughout the map, because there's one clue in particular that shows you a single color, and that's the color you need to pick up of the key card, because if you try to activate the exit to my level without that color, you're not gonna like what happens next. That's my review of Doom. Top to bottom, awesome. The music is great, the voice acting is awesome, the challenges are fantastic, and you can just go full bore 60 frames a second of beautiful, demon-destroying ridiculousness. I love it. I totally, completely recommend it if you're a fan of first-person shooters in the least, and if you loved Doom when you were a kid, or if you've heard of Doom in the past and always wanted to try it. It's back to the original level of awesomeness that Doom was known for, and that made it such a phenomenon when it first came out. Plus, if you keep your eyes open, there are clues all over the place that actually let you go into levels that are perfect recreations of original Doom levels. Texture-wise, they look so crappy, and it's perfect. And the bad guys look like the bad guys in the current game, so it's weird. You're running around seeing the old set with new-looking bad guys. It's kind of cool. And there's so much you can do with the snap map feature. It is incredible. You can do a little digging in there, you'll definitely get your money's worth. Doom from Bethesda and id. Totally get it if you love shooters. Totally not appropriate for kids, but when was Doom ever appropriate for kids? I hope you enjoy it as much as I do, and as much as my dad probably would if he didn't throw up every time he played Doom. Haha. For the Gamer Guide, go kill some demons. I'm Matt Barnette. Follow us on social media. Follow me on Twitter, @Barnette, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll see you next time.